Libra, what's going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy for the next week or so via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. We are in Leo season. We're actually having a new moon in Leo as I'm recording this, as they'll be uploaded today. So I apologize, it's coming out a little late. Feeling a little anxious about it. It's a really interesting energy right now. There's a healthy mix of like good and bad, so to speak. Things that are making us feel strong, things that are making us feel empowered, as Leo season does, but also things that are making us feel really small and tiny. And I feel like so much of what is being challenged within us, within the astrology, is how to find that grounding, that footing within ourselves where we do feel strong, where we do feel confident to make choices and decisions that really honor our heart. Mars is in Virgo, so it's asking us, and we have 4 planets in retrograde right now. So that is asking us to slow down a little bit, create that solid foundation. So when you are making choices, when you're making efforts, it's actually working out in your favor versus like getting into something that like you don't really want to. And maybe that's some of the energy that I'm picking up from you as well, Libra, walking into this, like a little bit of nervous anxiety, not trusting in self. This is definitely related to that Saturn and Neptune conjunct, meaning on top of each other in Aries. We're being challenged in a lot of different ways to really listen to instincts, guidance, direction, so we can make those wise choices for ourselves. And again, not getting ourselves caught up in something or somewhere we don't want to be. So that's also why I like to start our readings off with these energy cleansings. Just set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out some places we're feeling blocked, limited, restricted. It's a really good time to set your own intention as well, especially if you have come in with something on your heart, on your mind, something you would like spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over, be open to receive. It's a really great way to personalize these collective readings. I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, or if you are just looking for a realignment of self, mind, body, soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we are feeling grounded and stable within self, that's really when we can honor ourselves, bring in happiness, success, fulfillment. It's that principle, know thyself, right? And those practices really just help keep us in alignment. And I would love to help support in whatever way possible. Definitely hit me up. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, Libra, let's get into it. This is a little bit of a slow roll this morning. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so that we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, Mama Love, Mama Love. Okay, Libra. So definitely that nervous anticipation, but like it feels good. Like I feel like there's this understanding, there's this knowing within you this week that like, even if there is messy stuff that's happening, it's going to lead you to better things. It's actually helping empower you, right? You are in a process of letting go is what this waning gibbous is saying. And that is a part of the moon phases. I'm really drawn back to the fact that like we're in the new moon right now and things are being highlighted that are not the easiest to see, that are not the most comfortable or what we're expecting, right? This value of like Mars and Venus being tensely aspected to each other, so places where there are tension or difference of opinion, it is definitely being highlighted. Mercury is also in retrograde, which is your overarching energy this week. Lots of communication to push the needle forward. You're coming from this vantage point, of just like a lot of wisdom and knowledge this week. I love this, Libra, for you. It feels, not all of it's comfortable, right? Like usually when we gain wisdom, knowledge, understanding, etc., it often comes like through the icky stuff. And that's exactly what this insight and enlightenment is all about. It's like when you learn things that are like both good and bad, and you're like, okay, well, this is how I now have to operate because this is what I know, right? But it's also where your power is coming from, is having this knowledge and doing that much needed self-reflection, which we have 4 planets in retrograde right now, forcing us to do that. 3 out of the 4 are in the outer planets, which deal with more of our life path, our spirituality, our like karmic evolution, etc. And it's important, I think, because I think when we are trying to manifest, or however you want to say it, whenever we're trying to go after something, call something into our life, we do have to be really clear, not only about ourselves or what we're choosing, but also about ourselves and why we choose certain things and why we get attracted to certain things, because those disconnects help bring about the power that is necessary to push the needle forward. And that's what this is all about. I feel like this week for you is about finding out necessary information. I think you're with this child of the universe being blocked, well, I'm hearing it as twofold. I think number one, some of what you've had to go through is unexpected. To bring you to this point, it's unexpected in the way that you thought if you were putting energy into a specific direction, it would yield results, where you're kind of seeing even though I've done that, I'm still in this space, or there's still these things that I have to reflect upon around myself in order to kind of get that momentum that I'm looking for. This is pretty normal in the collective right now because it's better to wait, unfortunately. I'm not the most patient person. I like things to move 100%. And unfortunately, it means we have to contend with the people and the situations that are taking things for granted. Temperance, 4 of Cups energy. The people that don't appreciate the things that are being highlighted where there is this huge disconnect. And you're like, why didn't they do this, that, and the other? Why are they kind of acting, responding, not appreciating, not giving back in the same way? And that's that part of you that I think that's where you're getting your wisdom from. That's where you're getting this understanding. But then it's also this week, like I said, it's reflecting it upon yourself. How does this make me feel? And what do I want? What do I need? Perhaps you've been leaving that out of the equation a lot, and you're getting your answers through communication. Mercury is in retrograde right now. It will be in retrograde until mid-August. And so, but it's actually a weirdly beneficial Mercury retrograde. There's more positive aspects than there are negative aspects. And one of the most influential is that Venus and Mars square to each other. Mercury retrograde is giving us the opportunity to kind of find harmony and balance, even in situations where there is discord, where there's a difference of opinion. It does look like you coming in as the 8 of Swords, you're feeling limited within your own thoughts, within what you're seeing, within what you're understanding around people and situation. There's that Temperance card. It's kind of hard. Here's the thing. It's to me, I'm seeing this as you're really picking things up very clearly, but that's almost where the emotional roller coaster comes into play. Because whatever you're dealing with, 2 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, wait, no. Oh, wow. We got 4 of Cups and Temperance again. Okay. So double confirmation on those energies for you this week. they're obviously, whatever you're dealing with, it's obviously not appreciating you, not really, and it's maybe not ill will, it's maybe not necessarily a bad thing, but at the same time, to me, it almost feels like the Two of Pentacles keeping busy is a distraction mechanism for whatever this is. It's that like blind ignorance, like, well, I didn't know, when in reality, they've had many opportunities to understand. I feel like being honest with themselves or whatever this is a hard thing to do, because it brings up a lot of stuff. And so I'm almost seeing this as like, you are going to be the person who's honest, or bringing in this component of honesty. Libra, you're ruled by justice, that energy of diplomacy, of being able to weigh the scales. You're also air energy. So when you communicate from that wisdom, it really does breed authority. And it's hard, I think, because like, I'm seeing this as you're making some sacrifices right now that might not be comfortable, or that might feel like they aren't, but in reality, I'm hearing this as like, it's not as bad as maybe what you're thinking it is, right? Like, this is that component of, yeah, when we have to be honest with ourselves, it's never comfortable. Self-reflection is not fun. No one wants to do it. Everyone wants to believe that they're perfect, that they're doing everything right, etc. But like I was saying in the very beginning, it is your key component to how you're manifesting, how you're drawing things in. And it's the key thing to be looked at and addressed. And I think it's kind of just that value of like, how am I participating in these dynamics? That's where that patience is getting so annoying. In this new moon, we have the sun and the moon are tensely aspected to Pluto. So like, we're resisting that change. Mercury is also tensely aspected to Black Moon Lilith. So it's easy to kind of buy into the belief of like, I'm doing it all right and you're wrong. That can be really dangerous territory, especially now, because there's so much value in just like taking the higher road, or being that diplomatic sense of self, because it looks like it's getting you further ahead than maybe what you're anticipating. Something has been stopping you. Something has been holding you back. And maybe you haven't seen it before. It feels like some of this is being revealed this week, where you have been on the defensive around certain things, or people have been defensive towards you. What are these? This is a lot of energy coming out right as we're closing this out. Okay. Someone wants to talk to you. Obviously we have Mercury, sorry, as the overarching energy. There are some conversations that are coming in, and you're kind of preparing for this. I feel like this also is playing into this cosmic reflection component. This is about how you are going to empower yourself, what choices you are making. And I feel like, honestly, Libra, these choices are very important, because they are setting the stage for this next, whether you want to call it a level up, an evolution, this next cycle. It's about how you are, we have these ideas, visions of who we want to be, and then like versus the reality of what we are. And this feels like you stepping into that higher version of yourself, right? Like the better version of yourself, to whatever capacity that means for you. I'm not talking about being a doormat or whatever. It's more about like, I'm setting, like, you're more confident, you're leaning into your power, you're making decisions based off of what you're seeing all across the board. And Ten of Swords, bottom of the deck, you're refusing to make the same mistakes over and over and over again. And I feel like part of this Page of Swords, Empress, Devil, is you being able to see through very clearly whatever you've had to reflect upon about yourself, about your own contribution to this dynamic. And it's giving you the answers that you need. Some people might not like it. I don't know. We have this Knight of Wands energy. I feel like I should just, let me clarify this before we close this out. Nope. Okay. This might be the resistance that I'm feeling around you, because there's this energy of someone expects you to follow the rules, Let's see what this is. Okay, the Hermit. You're giving someone something to think about. This isn't the most stable energy. This is definitely, yeah. I mean, this is definitely like it does feel, or it's showing that it has this vibe of like my way or the highway. I think someone doesn't really know what to think about your answers, your response. And that's where it's like, for you, obviously no expectations. I feel like it's not only that communication is revealing things to you this week, Libra, but I feel like the way you communicate is very important. I feel like it's good to be poignant, straight to the point. It doesn't have to have a lot added into it. It is kind of like that justice energy, like that very like, black and white, almost there. We have a lot of 9s on the board for you, so you're pushing towards the ending of something. See beyond the past. It's time to look at the future. And here's the thing, like you're right on the precipice of diving into that. It's right here. It's right in front of you. This is a lot of cleaning up what is remaining, the lingering pieces, so to speak. I love this. So powerful. Claim your power. Claim your power as you close this cycle out. I feel like that's what you're doing. You're being given every opportunity to do so. And you feel good. You feel strong. Yeah. In the beginning, that nervous anticipation, because it might be new territory, right? We're all kind of going through this in the collective where we have to get our footing around what our power feels like, especially if we haven't been exercising it for a long time. There's just like that transition period that can feel a little awkward and uncomfortable, but you're finding the piece of like what's working for you. And that's what you're starting to kind of magnify and put energy into. So thank you so much for your time, energy, always. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below. I would love to hear, or just say, hey, share a little love, a little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support you bring to the channel. No, I'm sending it back your way.